So Steve, thank you for coming to Southwest Ethiopia. You took time out of your busy schedule to come here to see for yourself what was going on and to photograph these people and these various tribes and their cultures. To raise awareness for Omo Child, our organization that has a home in Jinka that cares for children that have been rescued from the belief that certain children are either born cursed or become cursed because they're born out of wedlock, the mother's not married, because a married couple hasn't been blessed by the elders. Or maybe a child, their teeth first appear from the top gum instead of the bottom gum. They're killed. So I just wanted to talk to you this morning about your observations, kind of what you've seen and what you feel. What are your thoughts so far?
I think it's been an incredible trip to see how people live in this part of Ethiopia, to see how Omo Child has been able to make a big difference in the lives of these people here. And to actually spend time with these people and to see, actually, I think the more time you spend with people, you actually start to get to know them and understand their culture a little bit, and to see them as real people and not as kind of a tourist sort of riding through. I think that what we're witnessing, what we're seeing now, in the next sort of maybe generation, is going to change dramatically. I mean, we're seeing now is a slow move to, tracksuits and Chinese clothes, and the hairstyle is going to change. And pretty soon they're going to look like everybody else. A lot of their traditional ways will be lost.
So, you've traveled all over the world. You've photographed many people in many places. It was my love of photography. I've been a photographer my whole life. I've admired your work for a long, long time. Not only the Afghan girl, which of course is so iconic and so many people know, but your work in Tibet, and your work in Burma, and your work in India. How does this sort of fit in to your experience?
I think the quality of life here is quite high. It's much more kind of basic, and it's maybe some of the more fundamental things in life. Last night we went to this tribal event where they dance in this very kind of traditional way, and that was, I think, a very kind of profound experience. It demonstrates that you can have a wonderful life with friends and family and do it in a very simple way. How do you kind of measure somebody's sort of wealth or the quality of life that they have? Things are really reduced to the important things in life: friends, family. I think that it's the way perhaps it should be.
We're on the Omo River, Deuce Village. The Kara people and their villages are up and down the river all around us. What did you find most interesting? What sort of piqued your artistic, your creative, your photographic interest while you've been here?
Visually, for me, I think it was photographing the people, portraits of how these people, how they dress. They have a great style, even though they're kind of disconnected from sort of newspapers and magazines. There's still this innate sense of style and fashion and flair, the way they have their hair, their beads. To me, that uniqueness that makes them absolutely special was what visually I think was the most interesting. There's no people like this in the world. I mean, they're absolutely unique.
At this point in your career as a photographer, you're obviously doing things that have a humanitarian component. What kind of responsibility do you think photographers like yourself have?
For me, I've had a fascination with cultures and this transition from culture which has developed over thousands of years to a transition to modernity where things can change in a generation. All within a matter of a few years gets turned on its head. And what I've been interested in doing is to try and document cultures before they're lost forever. To have some memory of that, I think is important, and to be able to, at least if the culture's lost, at least we have some record that it existed at one time.
Utadonarte tamari sogo tamari mate tamari mate Gizen wanonka utadonarte tamari sogo tamari mate tamari mate Salayante pe wasanante tamari mate tamari mate tamari mate Salayante pe wasanante tamari mate tamari mate tamari mate Salayante pe wasanante tamari mate tamari mate tamari mate Womba na paila nana imate tamari mate tamari mate Womba na paila wonda na paila nana imate tamari mate tamari mate This is nice.
Forum bahir.